Good evening, everyone. My name is Tyler Jewell. I'm founder and CEO of Codenvy. We make a cloud IDE. What I want to talk to everyone about today is a marketing program that we've run that has taught us some good lessons, and I think it could be beneficial to all the companies here at Heavybit. A little bit about me and the company first. The company is about 3 years old. We actually started writing our IP in 2009, so 6 years ago that the team came together and we really started working on it. We're a Series A funded company. We have had pretty significant growth in the past 6 months. We've started to hit a hockey stick curve, approaching 150,000 users, also 400,000 projects on our system, and we're seeing about 40% growth month over month at this point in time. My background, I started off as a developer many years ago and went away from development, and when I tried to come back to it, I had lost a lot of my skills, and I found that getting started was really difficult. And I tried to use the world's most popular IDE with the world's most popular application server with a popular Hello World application, and after a week I couldn't get it to work. And this is the problem that we solve, which is the same problem that I experienced when I tried to become technical again. The problem is that developers who want to have a development environment are oftentimes told to go to a wiki page, follow some set of instructions, and if they perform these instructions accurately and have the right permissions and controls, they'll have a working workspace that they can compile, they can build and run, and then they can use going forward. But that workspace is on a single machine, it's not portable, it's not shareable, there's no collaborative benefits that come with that, and it's also boxed in that it's running on the machine, so you're limited by the RAM CPU that you have. So what Codenvy is that Codenvy is an enterprise system, and it provides two things. One, it is a cloud IDE for developers to build, run, edit their code, and they can do this with very complex project types. And when they issue their commands, such as unit test, build, clone, or SQL query, it does so using Docker microservices behind the scenes. And at the same time, it's also a DevOps platform, and that there is a provisioning system behind the scenes that provisions the developer workspaces. It makes them securely managed, it sandboxes them, and it makes them easy to share with controls around that, all in a single system that's there. That's what we do. What's interesting is that we had for a number of quarters kind of flat to no growth with our system. And we were rewriting the system from the ground up. We had about 45 engineers working on this at one point in time, and we released that new system in October. And after October, we had a bit of a dip in our new user acquisition, but since then we have had pretty tremendous growth. And we're on track to acquire about 10,000 new users this month and have about 70% growth on our gigabyte hour consumption, which is the measurement of compilation, editing, usage, and basic usage of the IDE itself. And at the same time, if you go to typical places that developers leave reviews, like StackShare, Capterra, GitApp, Product Hunt, Google Chrome Store, the number of reviews and the positive ratings on the reviews have gone way up for us. So why is that? How do we attribute that? It all comes down to a very simple set of marketing programs. In addition to bringing out new technology, which was better and something that developers wanted, we were also trying to do too much at once. So we were trying to nurture everyone in every stage of our pipeline to get them to be higher engagement, also to win new developers, to get them to purchase, and it was just too much, right? When you try to optimize your entire pipeline all at the same time, you end up being very ineffective at all those stages. So we figured, hey, let's back off, let's do one thing and do it really, really well. And what we really wanted to focus on was how do we get new user signups here. And so on that, we designed two programs. The first program was we just asked all of our new users the day after they sign up, in a very honest and open way from a sales rep who would send them a personal email and say, if you leave an honest review at any one of these sites that has both pros and cons about us, and it is complete, we'll send you a t-shirt. right? And on top of that, if you have any other technical questions, you can contact us here. We'll give you some free support. We can hook you up with great people. But do this, and in as many of these reviews as you like to leave, we'll help you out. And that work turned out to be very effective. In February, we had about 10 online reviews. When we started this program, or after March, we had 280 online reviews last month here. And they're balanced reviews. And it turns out that when you looked at the big user growth that we had, 25% of the users that we acquired in March came from referrers from one of those reviews that were online. So it's a feedback loop that it benefits from itself, right? And it's very simple to do. It's, it's somewhat costly because you have a t-shirt, you got to ship the t-shirt, you got to have the stickers, but once you get it going, your marketing operations team will love it, right? They can A/B test it, they can fine-tune it. Every day is a challenge for them, and they want to improve upon it. The second thing is that we got into this working with open source projects on contribution factories, and we basically went to open source projects and said, hey, put a link on your site, and this link will create a developer workspace for your open source committers, and if you do that, we'll give your users unlimited usage of our system for free. And that works out to be really well because those committers, they don't have to set anything up on their open source projects. It's a single link, it's unlimited usage, and most of those people who are committers on an open source project are open source project owners for other projects. So we created a sharing loop, which through exposing and giving something to one open source project owner, it exposed us to a bunch of other committers who themselves have their own projects, and then they self-opt in to get the same program. And this is pretty beneficial. After 1 month of running this, we signed up 25 open source projects to this as well. So simple programs that cause a referral loop to happen causes the engagement to tick up. So that's what I wanted to share. Again, my name's Tyler. We're in the developer space. We're having a lot of fun. And I just want to pass along this program activity that we're doing and how it's helping us on the funnel and sales. Thank you.